Disclaimer: this review or discussion is based on opinion and information that is already known to the public. The information may be alleged, but the commentary and opinions are very much true. Hello, people! Welcome back. And we are on our next episode of Pastor's Wives. Let us go! We start off with Pume and Judy. They were going to a spa to get facials, honey. And Judy was just taking her there, and they were just having a great time and speaking about the luncheon and everything that actually happened at the luncheon and just how beautiful it was. Just in the feedback, on how the luncheon was. And then Pume spoke about, actually asked Judy, how Judy, what did you tell me that Teresa was coming? Because we are mutual friends with Teresa. And yeah, Judy, I think it was just one of those things. And Pume knows people, because the previous episode, she was asking Aniette the same thing, how, and then, so I think she's just a lover of people, or maybe she's just in a lot of circles, she finds herself, but it probably shows the type of person that she is. Maybe she's someone that is very friendly, that just everyone wants to be around her. That's a good observation, I think, of her. And yeah, and then I actually spoke to her on Twitter. I asked her what she did with the gift, because obviously, the evil eye, and we are talking about pastors' wives here, assuming they are Christ-centered and they love God and, religious, not so religious, I don't know, but we know about the evil eye in that spectrum. So, but she did say, Uti, because she's a polite person, like we always know Pumi to be, she said that she did receive the gift, but she re-gifted it because of the fact that maybe she doesn't use it, or she wouldn't use it, or things like that. But that was the polite side of her and just who she is. And then they spoke a little about Utsidi and being prude, and just the whole thing of her being shy, speaking about sex and anything that has to do with even a vagina, guys. They were talking about vaginal steaming, and she was so uncomfortable about that conversation. And then they were just talking about that. Kanti, skipper, and what gives now? Why is our girl pretending like she don't have a vajayjay, So, but I guess it's, to each their own. Speaking of Tsidi, Asin went to Utsidi with her husband. They were working out, and then she was just saying that, she brought the gym home. They've cycling machines and all those things, so they just work out at home, and they were just in that moment. And then then the husband Vele starts touching Tsidi and just speaking about her booty and everything, and spanked her, and I'm like, Prudy Tsidi, is this you, girl? So I think maybe she's not comfortable outside of her husband speaking about anything. Like, it's like, let's see, brothers gatekeeper nyana, but it's I'm not saying that is the situation, but the way she's always just like, my husband needs to get allowance from my husband. I know that's how a partnership works, and how she always speaks about, my husband wouldn't like it if I do this and that. So I'm not saying the husband is imposing that on her, but maybe she's the one that finds herself always having to be like, no, So I was like, how, girl, you talking about spanking and all these things here and booty, but it was just hard for you to even acknowledge the fact that you actually have an intimate part called a vagine, So, but anyway, and then they were just talking about that, and the Utsidi was showing the husband a TikTok video, and she was just saying it would be nice for them to have a play date with their children. I think their children were around the same age. There's a girl that Unandi has, and Utsidi Nabantwana Baki, her children, they are around the same age. So it was like a play date type of thing. And Unandi was like, nah, cool we can go, let's do this, because Utsidi was saying that she loves the fun aspect of Nandi and how she parents, I guess, in terms of social media and exposure and doing fun things, dancing and all that. So yeah, the husband was just like, nah, you guys can go, it's cool, guys can meet up and do your thing, you know. And maybe I should go on Twitter and ask Utsidi how she manages this hairstyle. It's always intact, guys, and it looks like it's something that if I could have a hairstyle like that, it would fall off or would be misaligned, or you know what I mean. But Njena, she works out with it, she dances, she does all these things, puts hats on and off, and Yona Nje, it's just here with its Baba Hara. And no, I'll actually ask her. Pela, now I'm able to engage with these ladies, but they're very friendly people. It's not like it's a special treatment to me. Anyone engages with them and they actually are very responsive. So I think I need to ask her that, like, yo, girl, or do you club it off and put it away on the side and then put it back in? You'll never know. Maybe it's got Velcro. Guys, we don't know. Maybe it's like updated, upgraded stuff, you know. But yeah, I really need to ask her how she does it, because like it's always here. Like she keeps it here. So let's just, yeah. And then we move to the next. Then after the break, we had Unoluvo. Unoluvo was in the workspace. Yeah, Kay and her husband, they were just showing them just working. You know, when she was saying, my husband takes care of this part of the company and I take care of this part of the company, and we just make things work, you know what I mean? So yeah, I really love that. I really love people that just build together, that are just like, I'm here for you, I've got these skills, I've got these gifts, and let's just mesh it up and just do something explosive. And that's where it was. And they were just sitting in the office, and while in the office, she received a text from Unandi. Unandi was inviting Unoluvo with her husband to their anniversary dinner or anniversary party, and the theme is the Last Supper. Like Unoluvo, as much I was as confused as Unoluvo. Maybe Unandi will explain later, if she needs to explain to the ladies why she actually said the theme was Last Supper. Because for me, Last Supper is like, yeah, I don't know how to like, I don't see how I can, put it together with marriage or an anniversary or something like that. But maybe she has something better than my old brain, or my brain that doesn't think of anything when it comes to an anniversary. So, and then after that, Vele, the husband, was like, no, we'll go, I will make time for it, and we'll just pop in and we'll just go in and just support the guys. And then they also spoke about Unoluvo was just updating the husband in Jia about everything that's been happening. I just love how they just make them explain to their husbands what happened. Like, and I'm very sure that a married woman coming back from a 3-hour, being stood up for 3 hours, like, she probably did text the husband, or she probably came back home and as yandiqhela uanieti bezwa wenza so, you know. But I guess just for the sake of the script, for the sake of the show, they have to come again and actually re-explain to their husbands with, hey, oh, I forgot to tell you the other time I went to this, and the husband will be like, how, really? As if he's hearing it for the first time. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like, if me as a wife, like, the first person I'd be like, can you please, can you know what I mean? Even when I get home, irritated and everything, my man's gonna know about it. So I guess it's just for the show, you know, just for them to just recap and do all of that. So that was it with regards to Unoluvo and the husband, and just that scene around that. Then it moves to Anieti. Anieti, they were just showing her preparing herself for her album sleeve. She had someone to come through to just for a photo shoot in her home to just take pictures for the album sleeve, and they were she was advised to actually wear the stuff that she was wearing at her live recording. Speaking of a live recording, I saw one of her songs where she features Ukunle Ayo. And I think the song is My Praise, if I'm not mistaken. My Praise. Oh my goodness. Such a lovely voice, number one. Such a lovely song. So when I saw that, I saw the dress. There was a dress vele. It's like, color, come to me. It's like, it's pastel, but she was wearing the it's pink or lavender. Yes, that dress. She was wearing it actually at the live recording and on the one song. Then the other outfits, I don't know. I think I'll just check her out. But I saw that one song on her YouTube channel. On her YouTube, and phenomenal song, phenomenal voice. Like I found myself like she's dripping oil, guys. Like I found myself literally just like, you know, when you get to a place and you were just like, let me just check the song out, and then you close your eyes and you remember all that God has taken you through, and you're just there like with your praise, just to say thank you, you know. And that's what the song is about, and it's such a beautiful song. And Kunle was just doing his thing, you know. Aniete Magati, I remember Kunle Nai was just like ling 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 ling. Guys, just go watch it. Just go listen to the song, please. Just go. It is a beautiful song. And she's got such an awesome voice. She's got a beautiful voice. Like, I'm gonna start following her. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna stalk both of them in their music. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. Like, and yeah. The play date happens and they meet up. Queen Nandi with Sidi and their children. Then Sidi was late. Like, Nandi was there first, Sidi was late. But yeah, they ended up, they introduced themselves and introduced each other. And there was almost Papeni, she calls herself Kitty Cat. So yeah, she's a little popperish, but like she's expressive, and I just love children like that. And I love that Titi gives her that space, you know. Some people are just like, tone down, like you're just doing too much. So yeah. Then the session happens, they dance, Vele instructor teaches them. Kitty Cat Vele is there. It's just like, I know my thing, you know. And these other two ones, like got CD and Nandi, biting here and there, but it was just awesome, just a bonding session, you know how it is. And then Queen Nandi goes well and sits down with Utsidi to just find out, girl, what happened at the luncheon? Why were you feeling away? Like, don't you know that this thing is from God? Like, relax. I promise you, you're not going to be punished. You know, go into hell, girl. You know, things like that. Utsidi was just like, nah. Not just like, just say it. Vagina. Utsidi was just like, hi, you know. And it was just so awkward. Like, she was so shy. Like, she really is shy about such things and such topics. So she's like, I don't feel like I'm saved when I speak about certain things. So I don't know. Like, yeah. Well, I think as time goes, we'll just see. Is she someone that is really shy about it or uncomfortable, or maybe she's comfortable with being in a certain space, you know. Maybe it's just the cameras, or maybe it's the fact that her covering, which is her husband, is not there, you know, to make her feel comfortable. It's okay, babe. It's okay. You've got this thing. We glorify God with this thing. Come on. And Nandi was even asking her, then how do you speak to your man? How do you speak to your husband even when you want pornyakos, you know? And she was just like, no, I just say vuga slale, you know, arise so we can sleep, you know. So it was just one of those funny moments that it's just like, oh, bantu, you know. But yeah, that was just that about the dancing session and the play date. I think the kids enjoyed it more, and that is what it was about and who it was about. So yeah. Then we had our Judy. Our Judy was outside their home, in the yard, just playing table tennis with her daughter. and they were just speaking about future the daughter, and they went after playing table tennis. Obviously they went to the poolside just to have that conversation. They spoke about it, and Ujudish was just like, girl, you in this fashion space, and I know people, and I can hook you up with people so that wherever you're going, things can be easier for you. Once you are done with whatever courses that you do, things will be easier for you. And I mean, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want people like that would be able to make their lives easier? Like, no one wants to struggle. I don't know if you guys love the struggle stories. Yes, there are struggle stories, but preference, I would have loved for someone to just be like, hang on, I know someone, hang on, when I be this person's mentor, you know what I mean? So Judy was there, like, was just like, nah, I got you, girl, you know? And I think there was a misunderstanding with regards to fashion, because Ujuri thought the daughter is doing fashion designing, but the daughter is doing fashion forecasting, if I'm not mistaken, or trend forecasting, something like that. So they just I think it's self-explanatory. When I googled it, I really thought it was something that I wouldn't understand or maybe have to know in depth, you know, but it's just self-explanatory that, okay, you know, you just see, or you are in a position of actually seeing or gathering information on what is to trend, you know, what is coming up. So yeah, and she mentioned, and she dropped some names in Djibouti. Hey, I can hook you up with this person, and that for me was just like, yo, mama's got my back, you know. And it was just a matter of, they just agreed with, you know, no man. And the daughter was like, I already spoke to dad about this. She was just like, in her feelings, you know, with another black sheep, another one who has to find things out late, you know. But it was not like in a angry way or whatever, but it was just like in a playful way. So that the fact that they understand each other, the fact that she can go for whatever she wants to go for, and Umama is just there with, you know what, I will help you with whatever resources, unashamedly so, you know, because some people, they want to make you feel guilty that your mom has contacts to this and this and this person, as if you didn't go to school, you just need someone to just help you, you know. So kudos to them, kudos. And then we go to Upume. She was meeting with her little ones, her not so little ones anymore, but her babies, her boys, at a restaurant to share some wonderful news. And she brought forth good news that she will be, remember, like we spoke on episode 1, that she lost her son Uandile, and in the process, you know, the other brother brought in a son that is, I think, around the same age as Uandile, Umawe, that is the guy. And Upume just fell in love with him, you know, and he just reminded Upume of Uandile in certain ways. And the brother actually confirmed it, even on in the actual meeting, or the lunch that they had, where Pume was sharing good news that she's in the process of adopting Umawe to becoming Usibisi, their surname, you know, like to become like fully like a family. And the brother was saying, with yo, he resembles so much of Uandile, and it is just one of those God moments, you know, that are just like, Pume just feels like, not like replacement, but there's that void that is just like, yo, God just, it's just grace, you know. And the fact that the boys were just like so happy about it, and they're just in a space where they're just like, you've been now, brother, you know. So it's just raising lovely children and welcoming children, and children that are okay with the fact that there's someone out from outside coming in, and we're just gonna love them the same way that we would give our brother, our blood brother, love, you know. And that is just like, yo, Pume, you know, especially men, you know, especially, yeah, young men that are growing up to be these type of people that are so compassionate, that are so, like, they're so considerate, you know. So I really loved that. And then it ended there, you know. They just had a moment, they were just crying, there were tears flowing. It was just one of those heartfelt moments. Obviously they were speaking about their late brother, and it would obviously bring emotions to one, you know, especially everyone that has experienced grief and all of that, so yeah, man. We went back to Utsiri. Tsiri was talking about how they need to dedicate their son, their youngest son. So dedication, like it's like a sip and see for God. Like I don't know how to put it, but I could put it that way. Just to be like to God, and to be like, I dedicate this child to you, to your works, to you, for protection, for covering. You know how it is in the Christian community. And so she was saying, like she just wants, she would like to go to a fashion designer, the guy that usually does her stuff, and to just have an outfit for the son, who dedication yake. And while they were there, Vele, as a family, she remembered ukuthi these ones didn't have a sip and see. Like God was just not like kitty cat, So she remembered that, and she was like, yo, they're old, but it's never too late to dedicate them to the Lord. And yeah, they are almost teens, guys. And Tiri was just like, we forgot. Time flies. We get busy, So yeah, I am judging them. I'm like, Mam Fundis. Fundis. So what happens in your church when you forget to dedicate your children? I'm joking. But yeah, it was the situation. So she's just going to do a collective Nansi Ngonyama to the children, to God for the children. So yeah, they were just there and just talking about outfits. Our kitty cat mus. She was just like, I want a purple dress. I want this. I want this. It was not even about her when they got there. But girls, man, you're just like, yo, there's an opportunity for me to look nice and to wear what I want to wear, designed and all of that. So it was just one of those things. And Utsiri Vele was just like, okay, yeah, you guys can have it, with the husband. And then they were just there. So I'm looking forward to that dedication. And let's move to our last scene. Then the last scene was Adiola. Adiola was it was the day of the album launch. And yeah, the party, she was just running around, obviously, just making sure that everything is fine, for the day. And yeah, and then guests arrived. Bona, dignitaries, boy, ambassadors, they were there, Nigeria ambassadors, Nigeria, yeah, South Africa, yeah, how these things do, correspondence and whatever. They were there. And like Adiola was just like, this guy, like these people are arriving, Kunle's just there with his guitar, like, and Nati, he was speaking to them and whatever, but I think he's just someone that loves what he does. And yeah, and then it started, obviously, and the only wife and husband that was there is Anieti. Anieti was there with her everyday crush, as she said. That is the husband. And I think they're just closer, outside of just being pastors' wives. I think they have this bond, Jay, that is this. As I said, Anieti has a song out and it features Ukunya Ayo, so I guess they're just close, and they respect each other's family and, husbands and ministries and everything, so she was the only wife that was there. I'm not sure how the other wives are going to feel about that, but she don't care. So yeah, they were there, and there was, yeah, it was just a good time, like it was so wonderful. Like I'm gonna listen to, like, I love music, I love every genre, like I give things a chance before I critique them. So I'm gonna listen to the album, and yeah, they were just lovely, as with the backup singers, they were just lovely. And then Wafriga, guys, I was just like, but Babu remember Kinos doesn't age, guys. Like I don't know what his secret is, but yeah. But it was a beautiful moment, and Mr. Ayo just loves what he does. Like he was just walking around the guests, and he was just playing his guitar, smiles and all. You know how they are most guitarists. If you've seen or been around guitarists where they just do his and he's just there, smiles and everything, Then yeah, then that was it, guys. That was it. And then it ended up with Babu Ringo Vele just singing. And then the last song was Ngeke Ngeke Ngakulibala. Now I'm gonna say bye to the song. Nani mina yo uyohlala uhlele engqondweni yami.